Incremental greetings. I have a very exciting, at least for me, and I hope for you, a very exciting project now. So I came across this shared collection, Rosetta Stone. This is from the now defunct SuperMemo library. So more or less like shared decks in Anki, kind of thing. So this collection is from 2000, oh my god, the last update, 24, almost 25 years ago already. And it's about the Rosetta Stone, just question and answers. I already have this, and I have converted the collection so I can use it in SuperMemo 19. And what I'm going to do is the following. This will be like a genuine example, because I was going to do this today, and it's, hey, let me wait, do a backup, let me change to my desktop and get this on record. That means I will have done this anyways, and I will use most of my genuine flow. I go through the collection, then it's okay, now I have some items about Rosetta Stone that I didn't decide to remember. This is from someone else. So I will go through that collection. Then I will make the items my own, as if I have done those items myself. Adding just in the formulation or in the images, because I just checked there are no images. Then I will try to connect this with my knowledge I already have. I don't want isolated facts. So I will search if I have something already in my collection, because I know what it is, but I don't know if I ever imported anything about it in SuperMemo. Then something really cool that I could use AI. It's a novel workflow I have to reverse engineering the incremental reading process. I bypass it. So what I'm going to do, once I have done all of the items, is import the Rosetta Stone page from Wikipedia and have the AI select, hey, that will be more or less the glossations I will have done, like pre-cooked incremental reading. And then I start that flow, the pre-cooked incremental reading. It's a good option. Then let me cut the music. Okay, I will edit this out, but I was playing music all of this time. But I forgot that I'm going to record. So to make my life easier for the editing, I will listen to the music. Nice. So first thing is, so this is more or less the summary. I think I will do different videos for each case, but just to let you know that if I don't mention anything, that means that it's the same day. Even though you can take a peek on my stats, so you will be able to see if it's the same day or not. So first thing, let me go to that collection. I have a few. Believe me, this is just a few. Here it is. It includes 48 items, nothing crazy. Nice. So the question I have is this outdated? Because what I know, Rosetta Stone, it's a fraction of what was the stone. So now with more technology, with X-ray or whatever, there's more information known, because some conclusions were drawn with incomplete data. Anyhow, what I'm going to do, there are many goals in this project. Let's see how it's the formulation, then how it is when I didn't do this myself, which I'm not used to that now. It's been many years that I don't do that. There are so many things, so many questions that I will solve in this project, explicitly and implicitly. But let's go through this. So first, what I already checked, there are no images. Lexicon, yeah, what I want the lexicon. I'm pretty sure, sorry, by frequency, Rosetta will be at the top. Yeah, the third. Rosetta and Stone. Oh, that is nice. So, that's hard to pronounce for me. Higher. So first thing, hieroglyphic. Hieroglyphic. Okay. So first thing I see that catches my attention is that hieroglyphic. It's kind of a top 10. So it's related, has to be related. Greek, Egyptian, inscriptions, the plural form. Then this is French. Okay. It's not even 50 items, so there's not much that can be drawn from here. But good to know. Then, just a preview, what you see is that it's using fonts. I don't want that. And since I already know I want that in my collection, what I'm going to do is to to transfer it to my collection. But before that, I want to clean this. So it's super easy. I will go to the font registry. I don't care about the fonts. Okay, 0 members. That means that now they will be using the default. Do you see? Now it looks plain and simple. Uses the collection defaults. Those here. I don't care because I already have my own on my collection. Nice. So then Rosetta Stone, right click, export, transfer elements. And I select my own. That is, oh my god, I didn't see it. Learning. Here you go. That's more or less all the points. See, I have now Rosetta Stone. What happens now, this is already a concept. Itself doesn't have anything, but this is a concept. So that means that now I have Rosetta Stone myself, and everything is checked now. Root element, Rosetta Stone. So I need to click twice. Okay. This is not done by default. Cool. So now I'm getting registry errors. So what I'm going to do is a repair collection. Full detailed repair collection because it's super quick. It just takes a few seconds. And those are the registry errors because of the font. I may run it once again, just in case. It's super quick. You never know. Nice. So now this is clean, theoretically. Yeah, okay. So it's plain text. Then I select the root element, right click, tools, export, transfer elements, and my own, that is learning. Here you go. You want to transfer? Yes. Do you want to iterate? Well, in this case won't make a difference because there's no extra file. It's only plain text. Cool. So now what happens? I have a concept, but that was through a transfer. So I already know that I need to go to my concepts, select the Rosetta, and click twice because I want to auto-apply. This is not done. This is lost. Cool. Why? Because I will be using this concept from now on. Then another thing I noticed is the folders are for 20. And I only have 28. So what I will do, which is not required, I will select just the items. And now I will move them to a branch. And the branch will be the first one. Yes. So I can get rid of the other. And now here I will call it Prebuilt, because this is more or less how I will do it myself. Not just that, now what I want is also make sure that I know out of context that that is not mine. So another extra step, I select the first one. What? Why I cannot see the text? That is very weird. Oh my god. 1 second. That's because usually I don't use this computer, so that was left. Those are the files I don't sync. Okay, no worries. Here you go. So what I'm going to do is select any item. Now right click, and I want to add a source. So I'm going to the references. I will insert one. Okay, so I cannot not do it from an item, at least in plain text. Solution. I go to the parent, which is a folder. I don't care. I will just do an article template, And I will do once again this. It's here right away. Okay. So now I make the selection, Alt T, that's the title, Alt Q, that will be the comment, the date. Nice. Do you see now I and the author? Well, it's SuperMemo library as well. Nice. So now I created this reference. So I have a new reference registry member. So now I select all of the children. I take out the parent who already has this, so just in case I take it out. I can also just select the items in this case because everything else are items. And now I do add the set the reference in bulk of what I just did. Rosetta Stone. So even if now doesn't appear because it's plain text, if it was an HTML, I will see it like in here. I will set. And now I can apply done. It was dummy, was just for my convenience to create this. So now I know where this comes from. I have this, the source. There's the source in element because this has not been extracted or closed from a topic. That's why it says none. But I know where it's coming from anyways. That means that if I get search or I do random or no review, I will know what it is. Anyways. Nice. This is because this is genuine. I do care about that. Because for me, having pre-made material, it's exceptional. It's very rare. So you want to know that. So with this, first, I will know these are not mine. And second, I can filter. So anytime I could go to my reference registry list and I will see everything here. All of the pre-made material. And I can open it on the browser regardless of where it is in my knowledge tree. And the rest will be using Rosetta Stone contact group. Won't be having the same reference at all. Nice. For convenience, I will also apply this. Done. And use registry. Yes, they use. Let me cancel. And cancel. So in this case, it's hidden. I get rid of them already. No worries. Let me quickly go to the original. Do you see? Mail to and URL. This opens the URL. And the other the email. And that's because they are two script components here. And since the only one used is hey, SuperMemo text this is now unused. Do you want to delete it? Yes, please. So now it's clean. Now, there are several ways I can go through that. I can just go by the pending queue because I don't have any pending queue. So if I go just to view, other, and pending, are the 48 elements. I can sort by priority and a start. If you have pending queue, what we'll do is as easy as process, branch, learn, and review all. Or learn in this case, because it's pending. So let's do that. So up to here has been all of the prep work to match my genuine collection, because I'm adapting all of this material if it was mine. In the next video, we will see the actual reviews, the actual repetitions, seeing the items for the first time. See you in the next video. Incremental greetings. So let's continue with this project, the Rosetta Stone. I have prepped everything, so now I'm ready to go through the items. An ancient Egyptian stone-bearing inscriptions, which I'm already spoiled. I know the answer already, without reading the rest. Rosetta Stone. In this case, it's... yeah, next time I will be out of context. Now this is biased. Nice. Then let me... now, another thing I will do which now I realized I missed, is apply my item template. Okay. And now, Ctrl K. Now what I will do is Ctrl Shift K, but as a shortcut to go to the image registry. And Rosetta. No, I don't have it. I don't have that. So the first thing I'm going to do is get an image. Nice. The Almighty. I said that I will use most of my genuine flow. What I still do at the end of 2024 for Wikipedia is using the Almighty Internet Explorer. I'm going to import this ahead of time because I only want the image. Now, Rosetta Stone. I will the priority. I'm not going to decide the priority now. Nice. And then, I'll list the first image. Let me see, this looks super high def, super high resolution. Yeah, you're gonna appreciate the 3 scripts at the very least. Nice. So then, I go back to where I was, because was just a trick. But hey, I didn't rename the image. 1 second, because I really want to rename that. Because I want to reuse it. So again, Ctrl Shift K, because first I want to see the name. Oh, Rosetta Stone. Okay, that works for now. Is that I just didn't pay attention. So now what I'm going to link here, Ctrl Shift K, is Rosetta Stone. And do you see that it's quite laggy? It's way too high res. So what I'm going to do, because now I have linked that, so it doesn't matter if I do it here or in the Wikipedia topic, it's the same it's the same image registry member. So I'm going to go image and compress up to about 1 megabyte. It will be slightly less, I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay. So for me, it hasn't changed much, but it will be easier. Then finally, let's proceed. The subset, yes. Well, I would spoil. Rosetta, I will select OK. What is the result of the decipherment of the inscriptions on Rosetta Stone? What do you mean the result? Result of the decipherment is to understand this is independent. This statement is independent of the Rosetta Stone. Particularly which? The hieroglyphic script. Writing or just the script? Do you see? I haven't made those questions myself. I see some of the this is on the fence. I don't know what to do. I will just select 2. I will follow a convention. And I will select 2, the ones that I'm not sure. Not because I don't know what it is, that I don't know what it's actually asking. What is Rosetta Stone made of? So the material. It's just a rock. I don't know what it is. Black, what is that? Basalt. So here I have something that I'm lacking. If I want to learn semantically, first I want to learn in certain order. I don't want to remember something I don't understand. I could just memorize black basalt and that's it. But I don't know what it is. So now what I'm going to do is make the selection, Ctrl F3. And I will use, let's go Wikipedia as well. Okay, black basalt. Okay. So it's something I actually know, but I didn't know the name for it, at least in English. And just to confirm, I already have that, okay. So, wow. That's ironic. Thank you, ad. For the first time, an ad got me what I wanted. That is how you say that in Spanish. Because I live in Spain, I get the ads adjusted. Grava, basalto. Okay, so grava, I know that. Basalto, I don't even know that in Spanish. Makes sense. It's a cognate. It's almost the same word with an O. So I know what it is. But what I'm going to do now, because I want to link Rosetta Stone with what it's made of, so I will select once again Rosetta Stone, and on the second component, I will be using something that is more familiar to me. And what triggered this memory has been this image. Could have been this other one, depends on you. For me, it has been this one. So we'll just copy and paste, because here I don't care if I lose quality. And black basalt photo. That's my convention. But since this is going to be a spoiler for me, it's like triggering a memory, I will put it only on the answer. What is Rosetta Stone made of? Which material? Black. But hey, that doesn't look black at all. Yes, but for me this image is for this one. Basalt. Yeah, it could be, this is more genuine, right? Oh my god, it's expensive. And the ad was set to €200 before. Okay. So if I really want, then I will add. So I will do duplicate for a convenience. And then the question would be, what is in the image? Now, I do unlink that registry member, delete registry link. And now, copy the clipboard, and this is specifically basalt and black. I didn't put the black first because I want to appear them together on my image registry. And it's a photo. It's a real photo. It's not AI, an illustration or whatever. I will still leave this on the answer. So next time, what is in the image? Oh, how do you call that? Yeah, it's black basalt. And then, oh yeah, that's my reference. Nice. But do you see what happened? Because I duplicated the item when it was still pending. Now my own genuine item is still pending. So I will force Ctrl M to force the first interval. Nice. Well, okay. Now I will put it as failure. In this case, not 2 is my convention for what the heck is this wording, but 1. Nice. What is the length of the Rosetta Stone? Is this relevant? I don't know yet. Doesn't seem like relevant now. Let's see, I don't know, 2 meters to say something? Oh, okay. In my case, I don't need the American or British thing, the imperial. And I will just use my own convention, so I prefer meters. And how I rate that is that I don't need this precision. So just to know that it's a little more than 1 meter, that's enough. But wait, Ctrl T, Ctrl T, Ctrl Shift K, Rosetta Stone. Now I'm noticing that most of the time what I'm doing is adding this image. So I can save myself time. So I will open all of the items. I will filter only the dismissed. Sorry, pending. I'm not used to use pending in my collection. Nice. And then I will filter only what says Rosetta in the title because some are like related. So I will do a subset of this, and it's a feature called search and find all titles. Rosetta Stone. Here you go. But hey, in this case, I already have that. Okay, it's the one I was using. That is still pending, because until I don't go to the next element, the repetition is not locked. And since the repetition is not locked, the item is still pending. So I will just filter it out, and now I do process browser, template, insert picture, and I will save myself time to do it manually. So I did it 22 times now. And I don't do it on other ones because they ask about who was the discoverer or the reception thing. So perhaps I don't want that to preemptively add the image. Nice. What's the length? 1.14. Okay. I will put it as failure. But before that, look at this. That's a massive priority. I don't want that. I will decrease it. I don't know if it's relevant. If later I realize this is relevant, I will increase the priority. The width. Same thing. I will take a guess now if I see the picture. If this is 140 and 114, this will be 1 meter maximum or less, like 90 something. Even less. Okay. So again, I don't care about that. About the metrics, about the imperial system. And again, super low priority. And put it as failure. So far what I'm doing is not just rewarding, rephrasing the flashcards if needed, adding the images, and then modifying the priority. Is Rosetta Stone a whole or only a part? Obviously it's only a part. I would have not created this question, it's so obvious. Yeah, next. Where was the Rosetta Stone found? Egypt? I don't know if it's concrete enough. Near the town. Yeah, had the name. So this is depends on your goal, how precise you want to be. So for me, Alexandria or nearby Alexandria. Okay. Or just the country. Because I think now it's not there, it's in a museum. So knowing that the museum where it is from a different country of the origin, for me that's enough. But since there's a lot of information, once again I will delete the American thing. I will leave it like that. Perhaps later I will realize that this is relevant. So what I would do, so I'm assuming it's this, Rosetta, I'm not even sure. Yeah, I won't trust that. I will go to the Wikipedia. I will leave that from the Wikipedia article. Cool. So then the question is how I do rate this question. I do it semantically. So it is in the country I thought I was. I'm correct. Do I want this precision? No, it's like extra info. So for me it's good enough. For me it's correct. By whom was the Rosetta Stone discovered? Okay, that's like passive voice. I will have asked who discovered the Rosetta Stone. Because the person discovers the rock, not the rock discovers the person, right? Who discovered the Rosetta Stone? And one French guy. I don't remember the name. Bouchard. Okay, yeah. Do I care about the precise name? Well, if it's just for me that's enough. But if I want to mention that to someone in a conversation or in a writing, or I want to tweet about that, I will have to rely on Google. Oh, did you mean this spelling? There's no way I will remember that. It's too foreign for me. But then, this also sparks, let me see if the next question are, oh yeah. So, there's no question that says the full name. I want to see if there's an image of him. What? Oh, there's a wine, a tennis player, I'm assuming, Eugene. So there are no images, I'm assuming. But this guy is someone else. Pierre, Francois, Xavier, something like that. Okay, so in this case, since I already have the genuine article, let me quickly get that. So I will do F3. It was right there. Okay. Discovered by. Hey, it's the same guy, Pierre Francois. Okay. What happened is that in the item they only used his last name, so it's the same guy. Okay. But in Wikipedia there's no picture. For me, it's enough. So what I'm going to do, by the way, I'm going to import this anyways. So let me do it already now. Okay, so surprisingly, there's no image of him. That's unlikely from Wikipedia. So I will be using this one. Oh, it's so tiny. Okay. Then my convention, portrait, Pierre, something like that, I'm assuming. So I go back to where I was. and then Ctrl-Shift-K, and Pierre. This already is some practice to remember his name, at least the spelling. And now I will do it, put it as answer. So here, by the way, Ctrl-Shift-K again. It's a Frenchman, okay, and was named, and I add the complete name. And the last name is not the hat. I know perhaps it's the English that has two spellings. In the one I get from Wikipedia is the first one. I will still leave this, the second, I don't know, but perhaps what I will be reading later on Wikipedia, they use the other spelling, and I will leave it there for the sake of Google, for the sake of hits when I search. Just for that. Next. So I know he was a Frenchman. Okay, so here, Frenchman is not required for the answer, but since I'm unfamiliar with this guy, and happens to be that my only hint was a French guy, for me it's enough. If I haven't had this trace of memory outside of SuperMemo, for me this will be redundant. Just coincides, so I will leave it here. But I didn't know his name, so I will still fail it. When, month and year, was the Rosetta Stone discovered by a Frenchman named da-da-da-da. So here now it's linking the name. This is not that atomic, right? You could say when the Rosetta Stone was discovered. That's it. Because if you add by whom, by this guy, this Frenchman, it's implicitly suggesting that has been multiple discoverers. And you're asking for what in particular. I don't know if that's the case, by the way. And that was 1900, something like that. Okay, 1 year before. Yeah, something like that. Cool. So then what I'm going to do, I want this to be atomic as possible. I will delete this from the question. And it's in parentheses because it's not required to answer the question. It's not part of the question, but once I see the question, it's like linking. Yeah. Because this is still weak for me. It's just a trace of memory. And that's also why Pierre, something like that, I will put it on the answer field. So I make when I do the repetition, I will reinforce the association of this picture with this name. Failure. In my case, I don't care about if it was August, just the year will be enough for me. So sometimes what I could actually do is when. My convention says that if I don't say anything in history dates, I'm asking for the year. And if you put August, yeah, it's for more precision in the answer. Good to know, but it's not to be recalled. What? Oh, I got spoiled. After what event that took place in 1901 was the Rosetta Stone passed into British hands? Finally, we're making connections here. What happens is that I don't know about this. I suck at history. I was coerced to study history about monarchy and plenty of religious stuff from Spain that I couldn't care less. So that killed off my interest, most of the interest from history. I have no idea. I know that Egypt, for me, if you ask me, it's about five decades. Sorry, in the 5,000 years ago, something like that. Other than that, blank. So for me, that doesn't help. But makes sense because the discoverer was a French guy, and the French surrender of Egypt. So the Egypt surrendered to the French. So makes sense. And it was, why the date here now is relevant. Now it's relevant to know when it was discovered, 2 years before, because now I know that 2 years after that, Rosetta Stone passed from the British hands, not Egyptian hands. Then, instead of the size, that is 14 per 78 centimeters, still in my working memory, I don't care about this. I should care about how much does it weigh. How many people you need to carry this stone. Okay, good to know. I feel it. I will just leave it for now. Yes, continue. Yeah, once again. And then when, oh, now I know what he's doing. Exactly. So I have the event, I have the year, I ask for the event. I provide the event, I ask for the year. What do I do here? I know the year because I have read this 1 minute ago. I will select it as success. Why? Because that will be scheduled in different days. Oh my god, January? Are you telling me that the next repetition is in 52 days already? Oh my god, massive first interval. Wow. Keep in mind, I'm not paying attention to priorities. Why? Because in this range, 28%, it's so far away from my priority protection that I don't care if it's not well set. Into what hands was Rosetta Stone passed after the French surrendered? It's the same question again. It's just, now I know that this collection is good because it's asking very atomically. Which event, which year, which party, on which hands? Yeah, the British. Here you go. I know that. I'm making a rationale. So even if it's a shared deck or a pre-made collection, I'm not just doing rote without thinking. I want to make those connections myself, even though I haven't read any article about it. Where can the Rosetta Stone can be found now? Oh, what is this grammar? Where can the Rosetta Stone be found now? I don't know. I'm assuming it's correct, obviously. I'm not criticizing that. But that's not how I phrase my questions. Where can the Rosetta Stone be found? Is found, something like that. So now where it is. But it's not precise now, at this time of the day, but currently in the state. Now my best guess is somewhere in Britain. London, the capital, makes sense. And the museum, yeah, that was guaranteed. The British Museum. It's a British museum, or it's called the British Museum. Let's say I care about this. In English, do you need the article? So I really don't know. So let me Google that. The British Museum. It's one in particular, and it's called, yeah, it's not original, it's called what it is. So then I add the article. This makes a difference. And as a failure. Even if I select as a failure, look what's happening. The next repetition is still in 49 days after a failure, because it is pending. Even though it's not a big deal, because it is very easy, it's semantic. So I already know it's from Great Britain. I already make this trace of memory, the article, that is the British Museum, not a British Museum. So check with this, the retrievability will be high. Nice. Who are the apparent authors of descriptions of the Rosetta Stone? Apparent. This implies it's not known, it's not certain. Priests of Memphis. What? Once again, I'm lacking knowledge. If you ask me, Memphis, for this is a city in the US. Memphis. So what I'm going to do, Rosetta Stone once again, and I will search Memphis decree of, how do you pronounce that? Ptolemy? What is that? F3. Oh, there's its own section, okay? At Memphis. Oh, Memphis, Egypt. It's a city there, not in the UK. My guess was wrong. But there's no hyperlink. Aye, it is. And if I go to the disaggregation, I'm pretty sure you will have, oh wow, there are more than I thought. Yeah, the one I thought is the Tennessee. That's actually the one I thought, yeah. Okay, cool. I realized that, but for me it's not important knowing that there are multiple cities called Memphis in the US. It's a random fact, but I won't be creating an item to remember that. So now I know it's from Egypt. Do I care about this? I don't know. I will preemptively import the article anyways. What? All imported this? What? What happened? Okay, yeah, I don't know what actually happened. What? Yeah, something is off. Do you see I don't even get the sources at the end? Let me try something. Let me clear the search. Let me double roll. It's not back with the search because the import includes the search query. And in SuperMemo, you have so many bugs. No, it stays like that. Okay, no worries. Then in this case, what I will do is click here. So I will open in Chrome for real. And in this case, I will do the regular import, the Shift F8. Didn't work. Hello. Now it's detecting both. I have one open in Chrome and the other in Internet Explorer. So I'll select the one from Chrome. And concept group, Rosetta Stone. Man. Hey, happens the same. So now why it's SuperMemo? I will report this. I don't even know what's the issue. As a last resort, what I would do, I will do Ctrl A. It will be easier. Okay. So I just pasted the clipboard. It doesn't look as fancy, but I get more or less the same. I get all of the bars, all of that, but yeah, no big deal. Now I cannot cancel that. Yeah, something is up with this. I don't know if it's a syntax error from Wikipedia. It's completely backed. So now I need to kill SuperMemo. Okay, so I restart. Let me open my collection. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's still there. I will leave it there because it's problematic in this case, so I will continue. The subset. Priests of Memphis. Okay, Memphis is a city. I will add this. That's for now. And I feel it. Once again, with kings. That's precisely what I didn't like about history. What is the name of the Egyptian king whose benefactors are summarized on the Rosetta Stone? Well, I don't even know what they talk about in the Rosetta Stone. It's the context of the text. Hey, I don't know what it is, but I have seen this name when I was looking for an image. I don't know who those are. So in this case, I will straight delete that, but now I will just dismiss it because I don't know if this is relevant or not. When was the king of? When was this guy the king? Is this relevant for the Rosetta Stone? This is about some historic facts. So for now, I will be dismissing this. And I know that because, for instance, it doesn't have the image that I preemptively added. In which year of the Polytemi, this guy, were the inscriptions of Rosetta Stone written in commemoration of his ancestors to the throne? Is this relevant to know? I don't know. In commemoration of what event were the inscriptions of the Rosetta Stone written? The commemoration of this guy, the Ptolemy. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'll do an experiment and I will keep this as good. And let's see if this shows up later. Do I care about that? Was that relevant? That is a wild guess now, perhaps not. Sometimes I just leave some traces as some sort of like checkpoints to verify. Oh yeah. My hunch was verified. I can delete all of that. The Rosetta Stone is inscribed in 2 languages, Greek and Arabic if it's in Egypt. Oh, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Yeah, based on the time of the point in history, Egyptian, da. So that's a good case. Even if I failed the answer, I will put it as right, rate it as right, success, because I didn't actually failed to remember those. It's just I lapsed that I was thinking in the present. Obviously, it's Egyptian. I make this observation myself before. Now I'm spoiled. I'm going by order, so I know it's Greek. Now what I could do instead of 3 is 4 or 5 in hopes that the next review is in a different date. Or I can force that. No. The next interval would be just 2 weeks. Yeah, but that modified a lot the priority. So, bam. Okay. The Rosetta Stone is inscribed in 3 writing systems. Greek alphabet, because it's from the Greek. Demotic, what is that? I was not expecting that. And hieroglyphic from the Egyptians. Yep. Makes sense. Rosetta Stone is inscribed in 3... Demotic, even though... That's a good example. That will be wrote. I don't have a clue what it's demotic, but I know that is the answer. Because it's the hieroglyphs, the Greek, what's left, demotic. Script. Let me check that. Let me check in my collection if I have that. What is this? Foundation alphabet. This is from... I imported this 4 years ago. What is that? Yeah, it's in process. I just did a split when I was a noob. Where in the article is that? Here. Coptic alphabet. No, Greek is it the two essential letters are based on the Demotic script. Yeah, okay. So now I can guess there's some overlap or influence. One language, one script influence another. I can guess by context. I need more. So Control F3. And let me go to Wikipedia straight. Oh, demotic is one specific from Egyptian. Okay. Exactly. Parent system comes from the oh yeah, make total sense. Uninfluenced Coptic. I don't know that one. Okay. So then in this case, I will import it from Internet Explorer so it's cleaner. I don't care about this priority because I'm going to change it right away. So I'm going to do this. Just the image. The emotic, I adapt this. Means popular, okay. So I only do this right away for the sake to have an existent. I know something that makes the existence, creates that, hey, now the emotic script exists in my collection. And I go and I proceed. And now I have an image I can reuse. And will be the answer. Now let me take a look, by the way. It's this one in the middle. I guess. This looks a lot of hieroglyphs, Egyptian, and this is Greek. So what I also can do in this case is image and zoom, and I will zoom this part. Here you go. Leave the picture without changing the file. Yeah, I want to change the file because I want all of the other items to preserve the entire picture. And this is like a higher resolution, more obvious, that I can appreciate. Oh yeah, it's easier to see the characters. Cool. As failure. So far, not many flashcards that I didn't get that what's the meaning of that based on the formulation. A cursive form of association in hieroglyphs. Hey, I already know that. Demotic. Here you go. A Rosetta Stone is described in 3 writing systems. Oh, I didn't get those 3 back to back. There was one in between. The manuscript and the Greek. Yeah, I'm assuming there are also different stages of Greek when it's considered ancient Greek and so on. But I don't know if it's the script. It's the same. They don't distinguish that. English physician, physicist, and Egyptologist who helped decipher the Rosetta Stone. Okay. So now I do understand why in one question in particular specifically ask a Frenchman discovered or something. Because there are more people involved. Thomas Young. No idea. So one discovered it, but more people were needed to decipher it. Good to know. So what I'm going to do now is search if this guy appears somewhere. It is using hieroglyphs. I have this in Wikipedia. Okay. Devils. That will be a false positive. Some guy. Oh my god. It's the same guy. How do I know that? Well, I can assume it's the same guy. When was the Rosetta Stone discovered? 1799. And when it was in British hands? That year, 1801. And this guy is English, British. So makes sense. And the flashcard says he was a physicist, Egyptologist, and some other job. I forgot. So makes sense. And he was about the wave behavior with light. And this is what is that, by the way? Double slit experiment. Okay, I did some extracts. Modern physics. When I did imported that? 4 years ago as well. Nice. This is what I like. When it's 2 super random things and you see a link that makes sense. You're liking that. Garner, Okay, just in case, perhaps it's more than I need, but I will export that. And now this has a huge priority now. I'm really digging this. Even if I miss it a few days, based on the priority, I will see it eventually. Thomas Young. Nice. So now it's enough. Now I want to know who is that guy. Oh, there are more than one? Wait. In this case, physician was the other job. I have this the time. When he was none of those. Oh, it's because it's military, politics, relation. Oh my god. No Rosetta. Then what I would do is the year. Okay, scientist. Let me double check. Rosetta, here you go. Rosetta Stone, yeah. Nice. So far, I'm doing everything just required to answer the questions. I'm still doing that. So now what I'm going to do, Thomas Young, that this will be in the Rosetta Stone because I came across this guy because of Rosetta Stone, not because of that light phenomenon experiment. Then, right away, I want his image. Oh, it's the only one, okay. Oh, it's cropped, in case I ever care to have the full picture, but I really don't care. By, this means an author. That means it's a picture. Or a painting. I will need to verify that, but for me it's enough. I don't care enough for that. Wait, it says scientist, now it says polymath. And once again, I didn't notice until now. What's happening with Wikipedia now? So once again, oh, that now makes sense why I only had one image when I imported that. I would have suspected, should have suspected that. Nice. And then what I will do, because I will forget, I will say that this element is linked to Rosetta Stone. Now it's linked. Let's continue. This guy, Thomas, not Edison. Nice. And the answer. I can leave here when he died and was born. It's not part of the question. But sometimes it's good enough as a strategy to disambiguate. Because like in Wikipedia, there's more than one with this name and last name. So it's that guy, not that other guy. Here then is an example that I did a mistake. I didn't know that, but now I have pressed a success. But even if its success is 28, it's quite low. Keep in mind, in this very same session, I got a lapse of 49, I think, days. So, okay, not a big deal. Who established the principle of interference of light? Ha! The same guy, Thomas. Young. I actually know that from one article that I imported 4 years ago. I still have yet to process. What I did is that I significantly increased the priority, still unprocessed. I'm already making some connections. So that guy not just was intervened for deciphering the Rosetta Stone, but he established the principle of the interference of light, which is a big deal. I think it's a big deal. It sounds like very basic, very basic, but back in the day, I'm pretty sure that was a milestone. Rosetta Stone milestone. Nobody intended. What was the result of establishing the principle of interference? Okay. In this case, I already know it's him, so I will add him. What was the result? Resurrection of the century all-wave theory of light. That's a big deal. Failure? Yes, he's British. So England, yeah. Even though, Control T, Control Shift K, Thomas. So even doing this, connections with images already helps you make those connections. If you do it meaningfully. By the way, how many flashcards do I have left? 20. Okay. About half what he did. What were the three professions of Thomas? Keep in mind, he's asking questions now unrelated to the Rosetta Stone. It's just about people related to Rosetta Stone. 3 professions. An Englishman who helped decipher the Rosetta Stone, yeah. I have seen so far. This is just in working memory. Wikipedia said English polymath. Then physicist, because of the light, it's physics. Egyptologist, makes sense, because of the Rosetta Stone. And something else. Physician. Yeah, exactly the same. So my only problem has been the same, physician. Is relevant to know he was a physician as well? Not now. So I can answer the question based on his actions. I already know that use those two. So for me the question could be, what was the third other profession Thomas Young had? That's my genuine question. I won't rephrase it that now. I want to wait until the next repetitions, and if I lapse for the same reason, then I will do it. Not today. Even though I still want to include the images, because now, for instance, what I could do is now you can see all of the items that are about him. this semantic connection. This is awesome. And in my case, it's the ordering one. This will be more prone to be forgotten. It's the very first one. To do the more obvious. Even though, yeah, 61% is low enough, the priority. We deciphered the cartouche as the name of Ptolemy and proved along help assumption that the cartouches, I don't know how it's pronounced, found in the other inscriptions were the names of royalty. Thomas Young, this guy. That's why he helped. I don't know if he did more contributions. And now, for the very first time, you know that they didn't care about this guy and the kings. Now it's relevant because of those names were the same and were translated, I guess. They have like, hey, we know those are keywords, so it has to be here and there. And that was a big help to decipher it. Something I would have not done myself because I would have said, yeah, kings. Not my thing. So at least there's one now, very mild interest in that. Not yet enough to make flashcards for me. Were the cartouches found in other instructions different than those on Rosetta Stone? Names of royalty? Yes. Okay. So now, what I'm seeing is that at least the author, SuperMemo, created the flashcards. There are more questions about Thomas Young than the French guy. That was the actual discoverer. So perhaps this guy is more relevant. And now let me find this. This is in a language level. How do you pronounce cartouche? What is that cartouche? Oval with the line, huh? Oh, was very, very specific. Yeah, cartouche. In Spanish, cartucho. Yeah, with ink. In the shotgun, or in very old games, Nintendo. This thing. This is how I acquired the word. That's why I thought that, hey, it sounds like cartucho. I don't know if it's relevant, but appears several times. But I have a rule of thumb. Whatever is in a question, this must be semantic, must be known. Perhaps because of how chaotic incremental thing is. If it's the answer, it's on its way. It's somewhere in the collection in parallel. Sometimes later on, it will be there, will be done, covered. Sometimes it won't. If the priority keeps postponing the repetition. But if it's in the question, it's a must. I don't do the rep or I cover it right away. So what I would do is import the cartouche, make the definition the flashcard right away by passing the incrementalism, or I postpone this to a longer interval. So I don't see it yet. For now, I'm going to do the opposite, the first option. Let's see Wikipedia imports. Well, this is very tiny. And in this case, I'm going to use humanities, where I have all of the history, all of that, because it's so short, and it's in a language level. Yeah, it's semantically related. It's Egyptian hieroglyphs. That I'm not going to use it in my concept group. Insert, and I make the close relation right away. Now I see it's already lagging, SuperMemo. I'm pretty sure that's because of the size. So once again, image, compress. Yeah, more than 6,000. So it's basically this. In this image, there are two cartouches or cartouches. Yes. Then if I want, I can link this. But I don't do links, element by element links in SuperMemo, because I cannot export that. So then, since I got most of the value already, perhaps this is how I want to pronounce it. Okay. But hey, makes sense that now I will make even another selection, because I just seen Now I get rid of this because that is just scored in a different extract. Is enclosed a royal name. That's the key. So one is, okay, how it's called, how it's visually represented, got it. But now it represents a royal name. So even if it's character, each shape represents one phoneme or whatever and construct a word, means that this word is a royal name without knowing what it is. That's key. That's why I make the close relation right away. I will reformulate it later. And that's the key now to understand this long held assumption. So what I can do now, Ctrl-Shift-K, cart toad. Oh shit, how it was spelled. Cart. Oh shit, I forgot. So I think it's misspelled in the. Let me go again. I didn't rename it. Perhaps it's something cryptic. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, no chance. I'll have since for that. So bird and throne cartouches. It's there. So what I can do in this case, Ctrl-Shift-K, and I will need to search because if I do it, it doesn't go there. It's low frequency if it's enough if I need to search. Yeah, insert. And now I do it now because now makes sense. Now it's justified. I had no reason to do it before. And once again the same. Sorry. Sorry. Oh man, this is being, so far it's being a lot more prolific than I thought. Nice, yeah. Let's continue. Were the cartridges found in other inscriptions different than those of the Rosetta Stone? The names of royalty? Yes. Well, I just created a flashcard, a glossolation, whose answer was name of royalty. So this question more or less is in a different perspective, point of view. And perhaps if I do care, I will reformulate the question, who proved that? I already know that fact. I only want to know who proved this fact. Oh yeah, Thomas Young. That depends on the future. Finally, only 17 left. Finally, no more Thomas. A novel figure enclosing hieroglyphs, found in Rosetta Stone. Can you guess that? Cartouche. So I have this one that is my reference, my visualization of the concept of cartouche. But now let me see. Here you go. Here you go. It's super low res, but I will do it. Oh, I will try my best. I will need to do it incrementally. It's the second zoom is always off. Yeah, I'm not used to do more than one. Okay, that's good enough in one shot. So it's this section. So knowing that, it will be a lot easier to decipher because the selection of characters is super narrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just a bunch of them. And you know, it has to be one of the royals. So the possible names is limited. So it's a lot easier if you really want just to do trial and error. So I will put this as the answer. So what is this? Boom. Cartouche. So now this, even if it's kind of niche vocabulary, is relevant for the history of how it was deciphered. At least my curiosity is telling me that it's important enough. I do care about this. Next. How many cartouches are there in the Rosetta Stone? Okay, this is like a more trivia question. Is this relevant? 6. Okay, they had 6 instances to map one royalty name to some scripts, Katara scripts. I will still do the link. Who discovered the way in which hieroglyph signs were to be read? I mean the direction, perhaps. Thomas, Yep. That was a, well, I guess I did use that. So we'll put it as 3. So most of the questions are about him. The question was who. Now I provide who and I ask how. By examining the direction in which the bird and animal characters faced. It may sound like super obvious, but yeah, if you don't know nothing, I will put still the cartouche. No, sorry, let me see. Let me see first. 1 second, the cartouche. Let me pay attention. Oh yeah, I have this, and they look to a certain direction. Yes, so it's enough for this purpose as well. Nice. I will put it as failure because I didn't know that. French historian, I only know one. French guy, I know he was historian. He was a Egyptologist at least. The Pierre whatever. French historian and linguist who played a major role in the deciphering. I'm assuming it's a different person. One was the discoverer, and that guy is helped a major role in deciphering. So now there's a third person, Jean-Francois Champollion. No idea how this will be pronounced. But what I will do right away. Wait. I did a mistake. Here, this guy, Pierre, in reality is Jean-Francois. Okay, no worries. So what I can do, first thing I will do is rename it. Okay. Then I will put it where it deserves to be. I'm not going to import because now I already have this in my... So now what I can do is list what it is and let me redo the mistakes. Who discovered that? Okay, that is not his picture. Link, delete registry link. Who else? That's the topic. Okay, not the... Let me also delete it here. Delete registry link. Look, one of the perks of the semantic connection is that I can quickly locate those images in my collection and redo the damage. So, that's the difference when you Google something. You may get people who are related but not the same person. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'll also delete from here. That will be the last one. Okay. Engineer was his other job. Okay. Do you see a lot of pictures? It says this guy, but it's not him. Let me remember once again. Who is that guy? He's French, archaeologist. Yes, who discovered the Rosetta Stone? Spain? Okay. So those cases that could be the case when you dig into history that is so old, and if it's not important enough, there will be no even paintings or any drawings of that person. So if it's not even known, what I would do is select like a placeholder. That for me, when I see that, oh yeah, this represents that person, even if it's fake, it's attributed. Because this guy, let me see the other name. Sorry, this one. Pierre, my mistake, oh my god. I deleted one, that was by accident. John, yeah, it's painting. And that is him, but much later. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm searching for Pierre François Bouchard, but those images are for Jean-François Champollion, something like that. It's one of the ideas is to make a fake one, a placeholder. So I just asked GPT. Yeah, totally fake. Weird ratio, by the way, that it's vertical, but AI, my convention, that is AI generated, and that is a placeholder image. It's not real. But this so I can always, when I see this image, oh yes, this guy. Nice. So I will need to re-add it in the few places that I have to remove it. I will do it once again when they pop in my repetitions, not now. So what I did is just damage control. Because in reality, what? In reality it's this guy. Now this is, wait a second. Let me, oh yeah, the characters. I didn't rename that. Now there are some issues. 1 second. Okay, the image has been lost because of the name. So, not gonna load it. Oh, you know what? Let's go even easier. I want this size, that will be enough. Okay. Okay. So I have at least 2 portraits at different stages. Now let's continue. And now we have this one. Yeah. Okay, I didn't do that. Fail. Okay, nothing happened. Who was the founder of scientific Egyptology? Yeah, it's related to Rosetta Stone, but this goes already. It's working on the network already. But it's this guy. Okay, that's why. So it's not any arbitrary guy. What country did John Francis came from? Based on the name, I will say France. Even though in the flashcard already said place, but yeah, that's a given. What were the 2 professions of this guy who made the major role? Well, a scientific Egyptologist, because he started that field, and something else. But why the emphasis on their jobs? I don't get it. Linguist. Is he relevant in linguistics? Historian is valid for me. More specifically, could be Egyptologist, but historian is like a superset. Was for me. Who, in 1821 and 22, began to publish papers on the decipherment of hieratic and hieroglyphic. Wait, hieroglyphic, I get it. But what is this hieratic? Was the other derived script demotic? Has something to do with that? I don't know. Writing based on study on the Rosetta Stone by Thomas Young. This guy, this fella. So June, that will be in the answer. And Thomas will be in the question. But now let me decipher, no pun intended. What is this? Oh, related to priests. Okay. That's what I was guessing. Pertaining in a form of ancient Egyptian writing consisting of abridged forms. Okay. Abridged, makes sense. Used by priests. Okay, makes sense. Then, in this case, since I don't have a source, and I don't want to import a dictionary, I will do here copy, and I will put it like this. Thomas Young. Okay. But now it's a language card, and that is yeah. Now I don't have my AutoHotkey script. This computer. That is my backup convention. So I know that this is my input for this convention. So I know when I have this meant that for whatever context I was not able to, and I can do find and replace. But for me, this indicates it's a language item. And I have the sentence, and it's about this word and what it is. Copy paste it. And then if I do care, I'll do even another one. How is this pronounced? Why? Because usually I use Anki for this because this is so low, so specific, it's very unlikely I'm not going to use this word outside of this context. So I just leave it here. For me, that's enough that, okay, there's primary and secondary stress, and you can do, there are two versions. And this is really problematic now because of another word that is about hierarchies. Oh my God. And I leave those because for me are the memory packs. They are related to this, even though I'm just asking about the pronunciation. And what I'm doing is that they are just children of where they were. And again, now I just need to set remember. That's the meaning. Because I did duplicate the element when was still dismissed. Pending. Oh my God. 8 left. When? So which year? So years. I'm assuming it's a period. Did Jean-Francois Champion begin to publish papers on the decipher? We already know that it was him. Now we provided the date and who. Now we say who and we ask when. Okay. The tiny detail, let me see if you notice it. Do you see what's the tiny detail here? The tiny difference? Look at the order of the images. Both are there already. Because I'm only asking the year. Here, only Thomas is present. Why? Because Jean-Francois is part of the answer. So when I have this, even if I remember, yeah, I have a question about that, then I already know very implicitly, I already know that my previous self did another item. And this is redundant. Or I'm just asking the year. So it's the same fact, but I'm asking a different piece of information of the same fact. And just this tiny s that made the plural is also very implicitly telling that it's not one single year. In this case, well, it's just 2. It's the minimum example to do the plural. I don't know if it's because it started in 2021 but didn't publish effectively until next year, like in recent research, that when you see the papers and when it's actually published may occur maybe 5 months in between, or the precise date is not known, so it's an estimate. I don't know. For me, it's enough because I have the time lapse in my head. So everything started in 1799. Then in the hands of the British in 1901. Then so I have all of this order. So I don't care that it's this precise year. It's so I can put it, it's before or after that other thing. So I have events related to Rosetta Stone, and I can put meaningful order, chronological order. Yeah. Who established an entire list of hieroglyphic signs with their Greek equivalents? Thomas? No, the new fella. Okay. Who was the first Egyptologist to realize that some of the signs were alphabetic, some syllabic, and some determinative? I actually know that from Chinese, and you may think, what connection is that? It's because Chinese, some of the characters are semantic or pictographic, that they represent an idea. But most of the time, most of the characters, in fact, that they use the basic, Hanzi in this case, as a component. So what exists on its own, they put it together and both combined make a new thing, a new character. Sometimes it was just one was the meaning, semantic meaning, like part of the body, water, whatever, and the other was a cue about the pronunciation. So, same with hieroglyphics, I know that, not because I use SuperMemo with this, that you could see just an animal, a pictographic, or Egyptian in a, like in a sideways, but it was just a letter kind of thing. So it was just purely alphabetic, or a mixture, because that was many years of evolution, natural evolution of the language. So I know the fact, so for me this flashcard makes sense, I know that. I have no clue who that was, but since I'm primed by the order, I will say it was Jean-Francois. Even though this is a semantic, it's because the latest questions have been about him. Nice. That has done by me. Why? That's a genuine collection. Yep. I'm almost done. There are only 3 that I dismissed. Oh, I think it's the first. Oh no, sorry, my mistake. There were other consolations when you had this list, like the languages and the scripts. Yeah, here you go. I already know that. We just seen that. Determinative, syllabic, and phonetic. I know how they call it exactly. Alphabetic, yeah. Can you guess that? Syllabic and determinative, yeah, here we go. And what that means? Standing for the whole idea or object previously expressed. Yeah, exactly. It's a list. Last 2. Who established that the hieroglyphic text of Rosetta Stone was a translation from the Greek? Wow, Greek has been around for a long while. So I didn't know that, by the way. So I know obviously that Greek was this one, then the hieroglyphic was the top, and the middle was the new one for me, the Coptic. I forgot the exact wording now. I created the flashcard for it, no worries. But I didn't know that was from the Greek. I thought it was to Greek, so the opposite direction. So that's a big deal. But the question is who? Yeah. So perhaps if I consider this is relevant to remember, I will remember this, that the translation was from Greek, not to Greek. And last one. Is the hieroglyphic text of the Rosetta Stone A? Ha 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 ha! It's precisely the flashcard I was not sure to do. Is the translation from the Greek or the reverse? From the Greek. Okay. That's a very weird way to ask. I don't ask questions like that. Is a translation from... Wait a second. For whatever reason, I have the Japanese keyboard now. What do you have? The Greek. It's my convention. I need to choose. So for me, it's a statement. The hieroglyphical text of Rosetta Stone is a translation from or to Greek. A translation. So what I will do, no more reviews. Now this set the interval, Okay. Oh, the priority is high. Nice. I would have said something like that already. So finally, now I have seen all of the flashcards and I have made my own, which has been a lot more time consuming than just doing road. But the extra time I have spent today is time I will save tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Because my lapsing will be minimum. Not just that, is that the good time I had today in this session. Now let me go again, because back then when I was visiting this for the first time, I thought it was not worth knowing. Which year? The 9th, yeah, this is still irrelevant. Kind of irrelevant. Perhaps these I could push it. But even though the important stuff were the cartouche. So I will still leave them as dismissed. Then I just finished this. Oh my god. I did the first point. So now what's left, what's done, is connect with the knowledge I already have. So I will be visiting. What do I have about Egypt? I'm pretty sure I have something. Yep. And then this is super awesome. I cannot wait to do it. We will do it in the next video. See you incrementally.